keep as many pieces on the board because he wants to keep his winning streak. Okay, he lost a painful game yesterday. Okay, we'll just do a quick action replay of this one. Just talking about the Scotch Gambit today earlier with a friend, but today it's the Scotch game where white plays d4. Doesn't have the best reputation maybe at classical level these days. Bishop out for e3.
Let's maybe add something. So instead of bishop c5, maybe some people would start asking, what about knight d4? Why this is not a good move? And this is like a reasonable question, but the point is after queen comes to d4, you cannot kick that queen, and then white can maybe castle. So this is the reason why all open Sicilians, Scotch, you don't take on d4. But it's quite understandable question. I have one line which I would suggest to...
And I just want to interrupt, you need to talk about queen f6 as well.
Oh, because bishop c5, he's going to play knight b3, and he's going to have prepared a long line against me, and I don't want to suffer, so I realized, okay, over the board I spent like 15 minutes, and I thought, okay, I'll play queen to f6, and now knight to b3 is still one of the main moves, but at least it kind of hits thin air, and black now gets time to, I don't know, use a tempo effectively to attack e4, for example. And queen f6, knight b5 is a cool move, but now bishop to c5 and black threatens checkmate, and the bishop can drop back to defend the pawn next. It's a very flexible move. So Malcolm mentioned queen f6. I think I became a bit famous for playing that just because of one game. I never played it again after, but it worked very well, and I was almost winning out of the opening against Nakamura with black.
Now it feels that I'm like watching chessable course that you're explaining, and then I'm enjoying. But let's explain bishop b4. Maybe that move for people is not so understandable. Why to give a check and then after c3 you need to move the bishop? But the point is natural square for a knight from b1 is c3, and with this way you are sort of provoking.
Yeah, and it's funny bishop b4 check in that the kind of starting Scotch position. If you play the Scotch against Luke McShane, he'll play bishop b4 check against you just because he's trying to avoid theory, but he's played it so many times now that it's it's quite predictable. But in the game, as you mentioned, very similar idea. The bishop comes out, hits the knight retreats. The main move is to go back to this square. But now Nodirbek gives a check, moving his bishop twice, gets hit, he moves it for a third time. Justification is that white's knight has moved 3 times, I guess, and the squares, like you said, is taken away from the knight, but it is a bit of an odd-looking opening.
What would you say, David? How many games, like grandmasters games, we have in this position? Is it like quite popular or not popular? I cannot even guess.
Good question. I know Tony Miles, England's first ever grandmaster, played this bishop b4, bishop b7, and that was a very famous game many years ago. But okay, I'll check on the database I have here.
Sitting or lying on the bed?
I think it's one of the few games when he was sitting down, but. Yeah, apparently there's been 230 games, like kind of master level at this, with this position, and it's apparently the Romanician variation.
Oh,
Oleg Romanician.
Fantastic player in like beginning of 90s. Romanician, Epishin, they were very strong grandmasters.
I played him once, but when he was a lot older. And
same here. I drew you.
Yeah, I drew. Very solid towards the last few years. Okay, we have a few more moves. And f4, okay, taking space. I guess now knight to f6 will be met by white moving forward, e5, so black stops that with d6. And what do you think? Is this just a surprise from black's?
Yeah.
From afar, I think he missed like rook e5,
so
queen h4.
Queen h4.
I don't see any explanation.
Okay, and then
Yes.
the issue is that his queen cannot defend his
Yeah,
rook
and if
and the
you go here,
h3
then
pawn.
I take.
That's
Yeah.
the problem. Okay.
And of course, if takes now, this was in his favor. This is what he missed.
Okay, so that's what he missed, queen h4.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, after d5 I calculate some crazy lines, but I think it's completely unnecessary. Like rook e4, f4. I thought.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh,
I understand that bishop f4, rook f4. I was thinking like knight f7. Yeah,
your
knight
style
f7.
is something like this, probably.
No,
but
knight g6, rook g4. I thought. I was thinking knight f7 actually. Yes.
Okay.
Knight f7, and I was.
You're coming here,
No,
huh?
I was calculating queen d3, knight g5. Yeah, I saw this line actually. Knight b7, take, and queen f6. I think, and it's just winning. Yeah,
That should just be winning for black,
okay.
yeah?
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, the knight on
Ram
e6,
anyways,
it's very common in chess that a knight on e6 is as good as a rook, but not here.
yeah.
But not here,
My king
right?
is very safe.
But
actually.
yeah,
Yeah.
here is this is fantastic. Rooks
Yeah.
are around. So he just made rook a4, right?
Yeah, so rook a4. Okay, maybe he could play here rook a4 probably. Yeah, more
He played rook e4 first.
rook
So-
a4
Yeah,
immediately.
yes,
I mean,
because then you don't have this d4 stuff
yes.
immediate. But yeah,
Okay, yeah, this was maybe
It's a better chance, yeah?
of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean I
so
don't know.
he went
what
rook
he did.
e4.
d5.
and then okay, d4 for you is the
honestly,
simple,
yeah, it's-
simple move. Yeah.
It's
So the point of d4, I just did try to explain that suddenly the rook doesn't guard h4, right? This is the point. So queen h4 is suddenly coming, yeah? As well as d3 and
Yeah.
lots of other unpleasant things, I guess.
The point
Yeah.
is to say to the viewers that this was not planned; it was said necessity.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was not the idea to
No.
chase this pawn.
It's quite
stay
clear.
on d1. Yeah.
It's quite clear white did not on a4, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, and then it's
Queen
just
d7.
very straightforward.
Yeah, but this is still lovely.
Yeah.
Let's put this
Basic
rook,
rook,
Yeah,
yeah?
knight and rook.
Yes.
These two pieces are completely out of play, yeah?
and then any line, something you spotted here which will stay hidden. No,
This must be lost. This must be
Yes.
completely lost, yeah.
Any move should win probably for black, but yeah, he missed.
checkmate. So around here he just completely lost it. It was.
Yeah, knight b5.
It was.
I believe
Yeah.
it's-
Here
it's
it
not
was
so-
sort of normal.
It was fine, yeah. I mean, it was very complicated